Facts. Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm like, and welcome to your doom. In which I talk about common sense from a Gen X perspective. Indigo child, eccentric, therapist, traveled, of course, taught by some pimps and also some Italians. Born and raised in Brooklyn. Okay. I would say to you guys to please read my credentials there. Okay, who I am. Okay. I am Gen X. There's a lot of millennials who don't respect the Gen X perspective. Teaching over 30 years of knowledge in secret, by the way. Though, of course, you know, the YouTube and everyone else on the internet have their own ways of concocting business. I concoct my business in a different way. So no matter what numbers you see up there, which they toggle it, I don't care about that, okay? Though I may articulate myself in a different format, okay, please understand that everyone has a code. All right, so today's topic will be about, okay, let me just post it up here. Okay, magic folk, bag energy, and trunk. Okay, this is very important to understand that what I talk about is nothing but facts. It's not my opinion. It is not my idea. Okay, it's just the facts. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna post this. Okay, pin this comment. And there we go. I'm gonna repeat this over and over again. I cannot do live unless you subscribe. But you can write down your questions down below. So before I begin, okay, I'm not your 304, okay, all right? I try to get to the nitty-gritty of it within 10 minutes, and I don't like to talk too much because my energy is like negative for business purposes. You know how the TikTok is. I already cast a spell on the TikTok thing. You already seen is already in trouble. They tried to blame TikTok for being espionage under the Chinese government, okay? But I don't really care. It doesn't matter how it works. Something's going to happen when I'm offended in some sort of way. I don't seek validation, okay? I don't seek validation at all, guys, okay? Just understand this. I don't seek validation. As I said before, when I say I'm something, I'm the real McCoy, and I say what I am. So basically, I posted who I am already earlier, okay, about the host. You read that, and then you understand why, okay? So let's get on with the topic for today. Before I get out of here, like I said before, if you got any comments or questions, or even some roast fest, you put it down below. If it's funny, cool. If it's not, you'll be deleted and you'll be blocked, okay? Because it doesn't offend me. It's just that you're not very funny, all right? Have you heard the news lately about Will Smith is trying to sue Chris Rock? We could talk about all sorts of topics because I'm a conversationalist. Okay, the absurdity. He have the nerve to try to sue Chris Rock when he's supposed to be in jail. Okay, and I'm like, holy shit! I just want to talk about that because this is hilarious. When I saw this, I was like, how narcissistic and bullying can you be to understand Chris Rock's pain? I don't understand it. Okay, I just like people thinking that Will Smith is a good person. They really literally think he's a good person, but I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Ever since he did that, he's been bamboozled to think that he's a good person. You know, he's not. I'll still watch this. I like Hancock. I love Hancock and a few other movies, but most of his movies to me is kind of generic. I don't watch them, but they do have a good point. But if someone convinces me to watch those movies, I would. But I love Hancock. It was a very good movie. Yes, indeed it was. Okay. I didn't watch that one movie with the dog and him walking. I never saw that movie, but people told me it was garbage. But what was it? What was it called? I forgot what that movie's called. With Will Smith and that dog, he's by himself. I don't like movies like what just came out, Left 4 Dead. Okay, what's it called? Not Left 4 Dead. The one video game character with the girl and the guy. Okay, I don't like that game, and I didn't like the story either because I started watching the story, and a lot of people tend to relate to the movie, but it really didn't. It didn't click with me. The game didn't click with me. What's it called? What's the game called? They Left 4 Dead, Dying Light. What's it called? I can't think of it now. But anyway, I digress here. Please understand that when people give off a negative energy, that doesn't mean they have a negative energy. Please be careful. Watch it. Is that a fact? Or you prove me wrong? A lot of people think that Donald Trump has a negative energy because of the way he spews some words. But you don't know him personally. You cannot this person has bad energy. That's this completely judgmental biased. You're an idiot. You're idiots if you think that way. If you start thinking, oh, well, look at him, look at what he sounds. Sometimes people are doing things just to build themselves up in the negative light so they can be, just like the religion. Religion itself is a great evil for a greater good, right? It's like Moon Knight. Moon Knight is a better version of Batman, okay, right? Okay, because you like vigilantes are much better than just those people who just take them to jail and just let them rot in there and waste space, okay? Put them in the grave, okay? Umar Johnson said it. He said some wicked stuff. He said, if you can't help them when they're mine, you got to put them to sleep. Okay, I was like, yo, did he just say that? You can't force people to be educated, but some people take a dark path in order to become enlightened. Okay? So that's what I wanted to say about that, okay? And y'all gotta be careful of some people who are magic folk out here, because I keep telling you, you can't be casting spells on the wrong people. You can't do that. Alright? You cannot cast spells on the wrong people, because once you do that, you get that energy coming back to you. Tenfold. It's like a waste of time. It's like you put a cast a spell. I don't like that nigga. You start talking about him. You kill him, and they come back in the next life, and it fucks up everything for your whole lineage. Okay? They know who did it. They say on the other side, we all know our lives. All our lives are recorded. It tells you everything. There's no secrets on the other side. As I said, but you can hear all sorts of stories you want, from lizard people to having this prison as a prison planet, and we are farmed, we are food to the lizard people. You can hear all the hypotheticals you want, right? You can see all of the evidence with the pieces of coins and stuff like that. Because I seen all sorts of stuff on the internet, but that don't make it true though. You got to be careful with manipulation. Okay, you should know why you're here. You're not here to be bamboozled. You have nothing to fear. Death is celebrated in certain parts of the world. All right, death is celebrated in certain parts of the world. But trust me on this, you got to be careful of magic folk. You got to be careful of not casting spells, because you can do it indirectly too. That's why I don't socialize. Indigo children don't socialize. When you see someone really popular, you know they're not the one. Okay? When someone got a lot of views, okay, it's mainly because of some superficial construct on their face. Maybe because they're highly attractive, they're getting attention. The people they know. It's not about jealousy or anything like that, okay? But please understand this, that some people are naturally funny and they're supposed to get attention, okay? And they're okay. I'm not down with that. I'm not really a social person on the internet. I do things behind the scenes, okay? Like I'm the one who started the fucking, the Elon Musk thing. I'm the one who started the Joe Bro versus Wade, okay? So you see there's magic going on there. Because right now I am working on, as I said before, paternity fraud. Paternity fraud. And also now, since it came up to my mind, since I'm thinking about paternity, I'm also thinking about the babies being switched in the hospitals. Because sometimes, you could get a paternity test for a guy, but the paternity test was never done for the woman either. Okay? So you got to be careful with that. So to make sure that there's no paternity fraud, you got to make sure the hospitals are doing their jobs. Okay? Yes. Right? Isn't that something interesting, right? The hospitals may be switching babies in and out. Next thing you know, the paternity don't meet up with the guy because the baby wasn't neither of yours in the first place. And it's mainly not an honest mistake either. They should have tracking, some kind of bracelet or something, or cameras everywhere so the babies won't get switched, because I know for sure that most of you people don't even know if your baby actually has your genetics or not. You just don't. You don't know how to read the symmetricness in a baby's face. You can't read that until they're at least about 3 to 4 years old. Alright, sometimes you can tell earlier, but trust me on that. Never read a book by its cover. Never do that. Unless you're the mentalist, okay? Unless you're a mind reader, okay? Unless you're a psychic. Never read a book by its cover, okay? So this is why I tell people, when people start to hate, see, the thing is that I see a lot of good things that Trump is doing, but a lot of people only see the things he's saying, not because of the good things he's doing, but just the small things he says that causes him to sound like a tyrant, but he's not, okay? And I'm backing up with Trump, okay? With Kanye West, he got that black energy. You got to be careful with that. You got to be careful. You guys got to stop cursing people, because you curse yourself. You fuck everybody. So now people are believing in Joe, okay? Slow Joe, okay? Whatever you want to call him. Hey, stop judging a book by its goddamn cover. I was supposed to go outside today. And then it started raining. At 4:30, I was supposed to go out, but I'm just going to start gaming anyway. So I wish they'd start fix up this TikTok so you can do gaming too. You shouldn't necessarily need a computer to do gaming. I should be able to connect my Twitch and to my TV and stuff like that, and also stream at the same time. But it's not available yet. It's still evolving. I remember back in the days when I had the big old phones, okay, right? And then the pagers and shit like that. And then next thing you know, it phased out. Now they got these phones as computers now. These phones are computers. I teach my daughters, you drop your phone, that's it. Have you ever noticed that when people have cracked phones, they're very irresponsible people? They can't control anything. It's out of their element. It's in their genetics, babies. When people have cracked phones, I'm like, I've never had a cracked phone in my fucking life. And I dropped it a few times, but only a few, never a lot. That's a cracked phone is like someone don't really care about their phone, okay? They don't care about high-end technology. They don't care about that. They don't put it at the forefront that I better not drop my phone, okay? You got to get all the protective gear. Like when you have a game system and your rig and stuff like that, you got to protect all that stuff. All that stuff has surcharges, electrical power outages and stuff like that. You got to do that, guys. Okay? And I also want to tell you guys, stop listening to popular people on the internet. You have all the answers. When you start listening to people, you start getting brainwashed. Y'all don't know that? Stop listening to popular people on the internet. Just because, people say I sound like Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine. I said, but I'm not those guys. I don't articulate my words deep enough to do all that. Why are you listening to them? Zachariah Ascension, Chariots of the Gods. You automatically should know why you're here in this planet. You are here in this fucking world for the experience only. For your personal experience. Not because of theirs and what you learned about something and then you scaring other people. I'm like, no. You only live once in these bodies. Right? So you being distracted with all these goddamn stories from other people and you can't make up your own story? The whole purpose of life is to create your own story. Like me, okay, right? Make up your own story. Stop listening to other people. There's a whole list of stories out there. People falling for them. They're thinking those things are real, hypothetically real. They can't prove anything. It doesn't matter if it's numbers or energy. It just doesn't matter. And it brings me right back to the same conclusion what I just said. Stop judging people because of the way they sound and the way they look. Stop doing that. I was teaching this over 30 years. I said I never judge a book by its cover, okay? But okay, other than that, let me see. I'm looking for 2 subscribers this month. Okay, maybe this year. I don't know, but I know for a fact that I sound incoherent to most people, but only to the chosen few. Let's see, okay, let me see. I've been talking for 12 minutes, and I'm about to get out of here, guys. So if you got anything to say, please say it. This is going to be posted on my YouTube. Okay, I'm just the only unique individual on there who just being myself, okay? I don't try to act like nobody else. I don't seek no validation. I'm the only dude on there who actually can say, I taught Kevin Samuel certain things that he knows. Okay, rest in peace, his soul. I'm the only dude on there that say, hey, I got my videos up on there when I was in Ethiopia and shit like that. Even in the Gambia. Ain't nobody can do what I do. I'm the only guy that will say I get paid from women on the side, okay, doing the things that I do. Okay, because there's no alphas nowhere. And I'm the only guy that says that y'all guys got to stop listening to these people who's creating these videos, sigmas and alphas, because they don't exist. And I don't agree with those things that's even said in the videos. No, they are not alphas and they're not. So if you go on the internet, let me just tell you something. And you start looking, what is an alpha? I'm going to tell you right now from a Gen expert, that is not an alpha. Because it's missing crucial evidence, crucial keys for it to be a true alpha. And I'm going to tell you from a Gen X perspective, from me born and raised in Brooklyn, those things are not true. So the millennials are making those videos up. And they're getting them from other millennials thinking that they're making assumptions. I used to have classes talking about what alpha is. And everybody could tell me, why can't you be like Kevin Samuels? I said, no. I want to take out the middleman. I don't want no popularity. I don't want to go do no problems because I have magical abilities that hurt people. As I said before, I traveled to Ethiopia and I was told that it's time to leave. And I was supposed to get stuck out there. But I told you before, time and time again, I don't care about people listening to me. I don't seek that validation like that. I'd rather be as cringy as possible rather than just be so wearing a suit and tie. That's what I told him. I said, wear a suit and tie. Okay, anyone who's wearing a suit and tie is part of the masses of asses. All right, do your own thing. Do your own thing, guys. Don't join no organization, no cults. Religion is bad for you. All sorts of things because you ain't got no raison d'etre for yourself. Okay. Other than that, that's all I really got to say because what's I'm gonna say, babies? Don't judge a book by its cover. Trump is actually a good man, okay? Actually, he's a more stern and disciplined man than Joe, okay? And guess what I'm going to say? I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Y'all have a nice goddamn day. And as I said before, I cannot do no lives unless you subscribe. And also, you can just still write things down below. I don't know how they do these videos, okay? Or do they stay on the internet after you post them? Because it says 90 days. They delete them. Are they still on my profile? I don't see them. And YouTube, you know what YouTube used to do? YouTube, you will be able to, but you can't do it now. You can't save it to your phone now. I don't know. I have no idea why is that, because they can alter your videos. And that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful. They can defame your character simply by editing your videos. And then that's why it's not used in the court of law. Lie detectors are not used in the court of law because they can be altered. It can mean many different things. Like one time I remember I took a lie detector test and it asked me how old I was. And I said my age. And it said that you were lying on your age. So they kept asking me, what's your age? What's your age? What's your age? I'm 49. I kept saying the truth is 49. I'm 49. And for some reason the lie detector kept picking it up. Okay? It says it's a lie. It's a lie. You're not 49. There's some variations of discrepancies that need to be looked at when it comes to lie detectors. They're not perfect. That's why they're not used in the court of law. Okay, but videos can and should be used when it comes down to surveillance. So, if it's sitting out there, okay, and they actually got your goddamn face, but you gotta watch that too. Okay, you never know. They could be pasting your face and say, "Hey, I got an alibi. My alibi is cameras all around me everywhere I go." All right. I don't know. I don't go nowhere without cameras. I do not play around with that. But other than that, that's all I really want to say, because I despise the many of you. I have a negative energy. My mom is kind of afraid of me. Most of my family is afraid. I know it because when I try to light a candle, they told me not to light it. I said, why can't I light a candle? Okay, I'm like, what the fuck? That's all I need is a candle or somewhere to focus. If I spend time alone, that's when the magic's going to burn. If I spend time alone, that's when the magic's going to burn, okay? All right? I ain't cutting no blood. It's just a simple form of meditation, especially when I know one side is suffering more than another. I'm like the guy from Constantine, what's his name? When he went downstairs, the guy who's the borderline between the heaven and hell. What was his name? I can't think of his name right now. The black guy. And he played that role very well. He's a neutral person. He keeps the boundaries between the earth, the middle earth, and also hell, okay, from joining. Or they're already in the above earth, but they can't, the middle earth, but they can't do wicked things like use their magical abilities and stuff. He neutralizes their power, okay. But anyway, I can't think of his name now, and I wish they bring back Constantine. I really do, because Constantine is smarter than Batman. I know there's a couple other guys who's smarter than Batman too. Okay, like Tony Stark, okay, right? Nobody want to talk about Tony Stark. That's weird, man. That's weird. I'm like, dude, this goddamn Mill is his own fucking iron suit, but nobody really recognizes him. It's a lot of things in the internet, or also in the comic book, in the DC universe, the Marvel universe, that nobody really talks about. But other than that, I'm out of here, guys. I've been talking for quite some time. I talk very quickly, and a lot of things I may sound incoherent to those people who are not very bright. Okay, but other than that, most people to me are not very bright. Okay, but other than that, that's all I really gotta say, because I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter man. Peace.